in the jungle, the Suyo, unless because if it's not banned out, I just kind of expect the Suyo to be picked up here.
Out of no choice, I would say. It's hard to be in the spot now of DFYG. Although I do understand why they picked up the heroes that they eventually picked up. I feel like there will come a point where it will be a problem for them to solve this jungle situation they have. At the same time, though, I'm thinking maybe they are considering the Guinevere, which is also a hero that has a good synergy with marksman marksman gold laners, right? So the Suyo, as we expected, will be banned out. The response coming out from DFYG, they can go for their EXP laner, or like I said, the Guinevere, which I feel like can also be a good hero to eventually get you an XP laner that is damage based, maybe somewhere along the lines of an Harlot or maybe a Yuzhong eventually, or even the Phoveus, which is
good call, Wolf.
I don't know, yeah, it's the Guinevere indeed for DFYG.
Doing what you do best, man. These predictions on point. You know, it makes sense though. It does complement the Atlas very well. Not just that, but whatever they end up putting in the XP lane, they can go with too. And then even for the Valentina for U1, I mean, there's obviously you can go ahead and take that Thundering Wrath, that ultimate from the Eudora. Not sure what else is going to be worth taking. Daytona's welcome too. We've seen that before, where it's like, you know, sometimes you're taking that and that's enough to help set up the team, so that it doesn't always have to be a Fatal Lynx, you know, from the Atlas. So definitely something they can use. I was wondering if it would be a Gatacontra ban earlier on. It was a Cho instead, and this is the Gatacontra that comes through. They're going to play, most likely this is going to have that Revitalize, so helps them out there. Plus they get an Obsidia. The Obsidia still isn't picked up that often. You know, it's one of those gold laners that I feel like you really dip into the hero pool to bring this out. The Mozkov was open, but I was more so expecting that rather than the Obsidia. But what do you think of Obsidia pick?
Yeah, I don't necessarily like it because there's a lot of dive coming out from DFYG, and typically when you draft the Obsidia, you always look to protect it already, which is the nature of the hero. So to take it away from dive type of heroes, because that's really difficult to deal with. Another dive hero to close it out. It's going to be the Lapu Lapu. I think this is a really good last pick coming out of DFYG. I think their drafting is just so good, my man.
Yeah.
Difficult scenario, I feel like, that this time Team Vamos is going to be facing.
Yeah, such a good draft here. Even in the previous game, we saw Fishgone on the Alice. Really good performance. As a whole, DFYG just really performed. And now you have so many options. You know, you have so many options to pick fights if you want to start fights if you want to. Whether that's between, like I said, having the Atlas, you know, those Fatal Links, or now you have a Lapu to potentially start fights. Especially when you pop that Bravest Fighter, and then, you know, you have Valentina. So I feel like any time that DFIG wants to fight, or at least just win a skirmish around these early objectives, turtle fights, they have all the tools they need. And one thing's for sure, Team Vamos is going to have to showcase some better execution as a team here if they want to survive and not get knocked out here at the Phygital Games of the Future 2026 Astana, because it's dicey here, man, and we're going to be jumping into the Land of Dawn. DFYG match point against Team Vamos.
Yeah. Wonder. DFYG, although we really like their composition, it's not like what the meta favors right now, because usually you want to go for assassin junglers with stable EXP laners, and then your gold laner should be fast. So we're not saying that this is an absolute win for DFYG. In fact, there's already a great start, as for some reason Arrow 44 found an opening to get a pickoff onto the plot.
Oh, there's a response though, if I've ever seen one. But the jungler will go down as well on both sides. So a little scrappy here, Wolf. The opening minute of this game too. He won. Gonna get taunted by the Unbreakable, but he does back off.
Yeah. I think that generally favors Team Vamos, essentially. Yeah, to Air 404, despite him dying, this is him gonna be able to cycle his purple buff once again. It is still available so that he can still take it when the turtle fight happens, which is super important for Team Vamos. And makes me real curious here how Team Vamos will utilize this composition, because they already have the advantage. They have the good catch out, and as well as the bats. Very strong when it comes to team fighting around the turtle. And now it's going to be up to DFYG if they are equipped with this Lapu-Lapu. And, well, they are, it seems like.
Oh, wow. Zhao. Oh, he's ticking, though. Deadly Magics is on him. He won't be able to survive. So a bit of a trade again. Arrow 404. Able to pick one up. Again, a trade across the board. Zhao's taking a lot of deaths here early on, and this is going to result into a turtle, most likely, going in the hands of Arrow 404 as he retries secures it. So good start here. Better start for Team Vamos.
Yeah. Liking the idea now. Liking what we are seeing, obviously, for side of Team Vamos as compared to the previous game. They're already looking to control this. DFYG are behind by just 800 gold right now, and to be fair, they are finding a lot of farm onto their gold laner. All they have to do now is to make sure that they do take care of Long for the first 8 minutes of the game, and then eventually Long will be able to farm by himself.
Okay, so one of the things here, one of the caveats for DFYG, if they, want to keep themselves from falling too far behind, and I say that now because it's about a, 1,000 goldish lead for Team Vamos, and this is a lineup that can scale up really well. So for DFYG, obviously you're playing into, the long game with Lung. On that Claude, he needs the Trinity to go ahead and build up. The Obsidia that we haven't seen too much of in the hands of Notgirl will eventually be a threat. He goes in with a Blaze anyway. He wants that gold crab, man. Okay. But you can see, there's quite a difference in terms of even XP between the Claude and the Obsidia. So that's something that Lung's going to want to go ahead and alleviate, because he's got to be the guy to go ahead and farm up, to be that damage dealer towards this mid to late game.
Okay. Hang on. We're going to be looking towards the Pirates eventually here for Team Vamos, which is going to be a difficult hero for DFYG to deal with. I'm looking at their hero composition right now, and probably the only thing that can help them in their case up against this against this Pirates is the combination of the Lapu-Lapu as well as this Guinevere. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm seeing right now. It's a little bit of a blur. Naxu, it feels like there's going to be another turtle fight now incoming.
Yeah.
Incoming.
Turtle spawning in. Second one of the game. You just saw Lung get checked, man. He had to burn the Purify. Got bursted down by the Thundering Wrath here. But right now, it's Team Vamos with control around this turtle. It's going to go for a bit of a reset. Zed's waiting patiently here. I'm not sure if he actually wants to go in and utilize his Fatal Links. He doesn't have it just yet, so he's just kind of threatening them, trying to push him off. But Arrow 404 is already going to steer the turtle. There's a jump in with the spatial migration, toss him in the air. Z is in trouble. Fish God able to survive, though. Sliver of health. The rest of the team on the disengage, and Yi1 holding on to the Avatar of the Guardian. So no dice on the objective, but they do get a kill for DFYG, but they're still falling behind here, Wolf.
Take a list. They stabilize. They want to go for a fight now. And onto the back, they want to go for it, but it was a stun that stops them with that. It seems like DFYG might have lost this fight. They're trying their best to find a kill, but they are getting punished by Team Vamos.
Oh, they just line up too, and that's going to be multiple kills for Team Vamos. That's a triple for Siska. Talk about a happy dinosaur, man, for this Barretts right now. That is a quick triple.
Oh. And things are looking good now for Team Vamos as compared to the previous game. They're now leading by 4,000. Actually, you wouldn't notice it, but they were actually getting so much out of the map because of this. Even the Barretts is slowly farming up top. And like we said, there is a problem that DFYG has to solve later on, which is this lack of damage that they have against the Barretts eventually. And of course, this Obsidia, which we said is not the strongest hero when it comes to protecting herself, but with this kind of lead that the Team Vamos have built, it's going to be easy for them.
DFYG wants to fight again. They win it with the Conceal and the Fatal Links. They're able to take out Notco. We'll see if they get Z. Z can't run away. Double kill for Fish God. What a decision from DFYG to make a move off the Fatal Links and Conceal. They want to put more pressure here. They're going to go in with an Avatar to the Guardian. The big eat here, the chomp from Siska. But now Siska bobbing and weaving between 4 players, tanky enough to do it all. Fish God is there. Siska, the dinosaur, versus the Lapu. Lapu's gonna jump in with the bravest fighter and he'll shut down Siska. There's a move and a play from DFYG. They get themselves back into this game.
An important move overall for DFYG. They get so much out of that top lane. In fact, they have equalized already. A shutdown for this Lapu Lapu. 5-0-1. And now they want to go for this play.
They get the Purify out. Zhao goes in, gets burnt down by the deadly magic, and now it looks like Zed's gonna be next. Fatal Link's gonna be used. This is not a fight I think they want to take, but there's Loong going in with the Blazing Dew and a nice stun 2-1. Notco still able to get the moves to survive. 1 HP. As we take a look there, a little bit closer. Now Fish God's the one to go down. Man, DFYG just whiffed that fight.
You understand why they went for it. You understand the idea. But then again, the execution was not there. Team Vamos also knew that there will be a play that DFYG wanted to do. And they have braced themselves so well in a way that they have now denied the DFYG. Now Team Vamos is leading again at 3,000 gold. But this time it's totally different because it's now the mid-game, 8 minutes in. You're not going to get any more openings like that up top. And items are now starting to pour in. Gotta be more crafty now if you are DFYG.
Man, that's unfortunate that you put yourself in that situation, fall further behind when you almost equalized here. Now DFYG still in the hunt. Zed's gonna go again. He goes in with the Fatal Links. He's able to lock down Arrow 404, but Arrow 404 gets away. Good usage of the tricks here of that Harley, and now they're gonna lock down once again. Hunt of Bone from Notco, able to get the killing spree to shut down on Fish God. And now they're trying to disengage, trying to get out of this fight. DFYG just keeps throwing themselves into these fights against Team Vamos, and they're pushed off the tier 1, and goodbye Zhao.
Wow, that is DFYG overheating. You would be very surprised if you see that kind of move from that team, and I totally do not understand why they went in for that play, but they did. And what that meant is that they are now going to be trailing behind even further. They have dug themselves deeper into this game. And Team Vamos are now leading by 5,000 gold. It seems like Team Vamos have been prepared for all of the desperate moves we're seeing here from DFYG, because DFYG, you really feel that they wanted to really equalize, and they are overcompensating in the process. And what that meant is that they are losing even more parts of the map, even more of the gold.
Oh, let's set up again. Purify is going to be popped here. They're going to go in with the initiation. It's a big shutdown on Arrow 404. There's a stun on Notco. Notco's got to run away from the team fight, and DFYG has finally made this team fight work for them. They're able to pick up multiple kills. A Lord is for the taking, and they're going to swing down forward. This is all part of the plan. DFYG has tried many, many times. It almost felt like they were just throwing themselves at Team Vamos. Well, this time it worked, and they're going to capitalize a Lord, and that's going to be a big take for DFYG.
Wow. They really tried to make it work, and guess what? They were successful, finally able to find an opening in this game. And it's gonna take a long time for them to get back into the fight, but they do take the Lord this time, so they are putting themselves in a much better spot.
That's a good take there, man. Again, thinking just how much DFYG has had to crawl back into this game, and it felt like at one point they were just kind of inted, tilted. It just felt like they were just going and putting themselves in these situations, but I guess that might be part of the madness here. Whoa, Lung should be able to survive that. Arrow 4-4 on the hunt. Pops the blazing. Do it. He's trying to get the last bit of damage out, and I think he does get it. Arrow 404 able to hunt down the gold lane. And now DFYG seeing if they can get some revenge, holding on to Deadly Magic's Yi1, looking to go. He goes back. He knows the tricks, but it looks like the fancy footwork from Arrow 404 will keep him alive. He goes back to the push. Oh, he's actually able to take out Yi1. Oh, you can't catch him, but finally Zhao does after some amazing moves. And now, because the rest of the team capitalize on this, they're not going to be able to follow through, but they dealt with that push that DFYG needed.
Yeah. Arrow 4 heroics. Not the good trade if you think about it, but now they want to go for more. They go for the Daytona's welcome at this point. That Zed is too low. Zed is taken out. In comes the jump, coming up for the Guinevere with the Winter Crown, but now he's getting punished. DFYG are not coordinated this time. They're going one after the other. And because they staggered their spells, now they're getting punished. 3 might fall. Fishguard even committing the flicker, still to fall. Oh, DFYG, they're crumbling again.
Oh, Wolf, I just said it looks like they're throwing themselves at Team Vamos, and that's exactly what that last fight was. Again, I mean, they even went in, and it just seemed like Lung didn't have the damage. It's so weird because he Blazing Duet off of the Violent Requiem setup by Zhao, but then no health bars were being worked on, and I wish we could take a look at the items here, just how far behind right now Lung is, but I would assume, you know, 13 minutes in, he's at least got the Trinity. So yeah, he does have the Trinity locked in. He's going for, looks like I'm not sure if he's actually going to finish the Golden Rose. Hold on. They're going to set this up. There's the stuns coming through. Zed's going to be gone. Fishgod jumping it again. They're trying to get Siska, but they don't. They're disengaging. And now Z in trouble. Double kill for Natko, making a triple on the hunt, looking for the Maniac if he can find one on Yi1. He's got a couple shots to go. Lung's really trying to help him, and he gets him with the stack. Can he get the Savage? Natko will lock it in, taking out 5 of DFYG. A Savage for Natko.
And the first Savage of games of the future. Or maybe not, maybe of the playoffs. But Team Vamos are just styling on DFYG right now, punishing them for their mistakes. This time it's Team Vamos that will get the better end of the stick, and we get what we wished for. We get what the panel wished for. It's a 1-1. We're heading into a Game 3 after this break. For now, let's head into the post-game analysis.